We are getting
What is the question?
We're getting vagrants from St. Pete and Fort Myers.
What?
Because it's attractive to come here and get bicycles and bus passes. Question: have you given any thought to how you would contain the problem so that it doesn't continue to grow exponentially out of control?
Thank you. Anyone want to answer?
Judge Brenner, I have given some thought to it, and it's a pretty complex issue. I'm a person, whenever I see someone ask me for money, and sometimes it's quite intimidating. Me and my wife, we try to make it a point to get to downtown every weekend, and sometimes we're accosted, sometimes in a very aggressive way. If it was by myself, I wouldn't have a problem. When I've got my wife and my two girls, it's a bit intimidating. I think I've been guilty of helping the problem and handing money to people, but I do think that we need to reconsider, just like St. Pete did, giving a card to someone that says, here's the list of services, and maybe not fueling it. And people like me, out of compassion, maybe have helped fuel that. But it is something, the bottom line is, Judge, that's something I'm giving great consideration to because it's impacting our downtown, and we've got to give thought to it. And I'll continue to do that as a candidate and hopefully as a commissioner.
Okay, we're running out of time. Anyone else? Maybe one more chance. Ms. Chapman?
Well, yes.
Mr. Tyson?
Actually, the city attorney is drafting a vagrancy law at the present time, and I think we certainly need to enact anything that can be done within the limits of the Constitution. And once we have that law, we have to strictly enforce it. It's probably not going to be perfect.
Thank you, Ms. Chapman.
I think it's an outrage that a lot of the vagrancy problem was taken to 5 Points Park by feeding the vagrants in 5 Points Park. That was an outrage. I do think that we need a one-stop center that redirects, and Bradenton is way ahead of us on this. And I think a one-stop center is going to work to contain the problem. One of the issues with the Salvation Army is that they demand treatment, and a lot of these vagrants don't want treatment.
Okay, are we running out of time?
I just have one.
Sure.
And I agree with Susan that a lot of the vagrants are there by choice. They do not want treatment. But I think what we're starting to do with this anonymous money from the Community Foundation to get some social workers on the street, it might tackle it, because you have to get at a few of them before the rest of them are dealt with. And it's a proactive thing, Frank, and it's reached a critical mass. That's why we're doing something. We're not waiting for another meeting.
Thank you.
This is what happens. We're very proactive about it.
Okay, we have one more question. Ms. Alford?
I live in the downtown area, and I absolutely love living in downtown Sarasota, and I am for increased density. But one of the things that I keep hearing about is, one of the things that makes it so wonderful are all the entertainment venues that are there and the activities that go on. And I don't want to see.
Can you get to the question?
Yeah, I'm getting to the question.
Okay.
I don't want to see people coming in to the downtown and then saying, we've got to stop all this music, we've got to stop all this fun in the downtown. So how do you feel about that, restricting it?
I'll take that on you're talking about the sound ordinance?
Yes, the sound ordinance and making people close early.
Yeah, I'm a big supporter of that. We really need to take a look at how we can bring more activity, and I know exactly what you're speaking of. We need to take a look. We've had 2 meetings. We need to now put a framework on it. We need to now frame it so that we're looking at what do we mean by that. We've had great meetings. Commissioner Karajulis had 2 meetings. One, number 2 grew exponentially. Now we need to tailor it. And I want to look at and have all people on board, young and old, because this city, downtown, has risen to that level. And I think we need to look at that. So I'm all for looking at that.
Anyone else?
Yes, I'd like to speak to that. Can anyone in this room imagine a real estate agent showing a downtown condo to a prospective couple, and after going through some distance in his spiel, saying, oh, by the way, right under your window there's this rowdy bar that plays loud music all night. Can anybody imagine that ever having happened?
We got a crew
Okay,
at the
we've got
front
4 people that have had that set.
Pete, is that your answer?
Okay, so there's been 4 people
Okay.
out of all the whole room can imagine that
Thank
being
you.
said. Thank
Anyone,
you.
anyone else?
I will take a quick stab at it.
I think the,
Wait, hold on, because you guys are all answering at the same time, and I feel like I'm being rude. Let me go with Mr. Lumpkin.
First of all, I want to commend Commissioner Carrigiello for taking this on. We definitely need to address it. For me, it's a balancing act and how we find the middle ground. We want, as I said earlier, I believe that vibrant downtown is key to a city's health. So we want it to be alive. We want to attract young people to our city. We want to draw those professionals. When I got to school, I moved back here. I want to see some of my peers move back here. But also, we have to do it in a way where we're going to have to meet those who actually live in downtown so they're not adversely affected. Not only that, we don't want downtown to just be restaurants. We want to attract retail into downtown as well. And so we're going to have to all work together. And I know that we can find the middle ground to help so everybody wins.
Thank you, Mr. Dorfman.
Calvin pretty much said what I was going to say, but I'm reminded of the Woody Allen routine where he's talking about a relationship with Diane Keaton. He says a relationship is like a shark. It has to constantly keep moving forward, otherwise it dies. But what we got here is a dead shark. We don't want that to happen in our city. We have to constantly stay vital. We have to constantly grow. We have to embrace youth, embrace visitors. We must embrace job creation, and I'm all for the what is going on with the sound.
Thank you. Ms. Chapman.
I see it a little bit differently. I think that there may be a technology solution to this potential warfare. We resolved the technology issue as to sound at the hospital power plant with expertise. Nobody's talked about bringing in acoustical expertise on this yet. We resolved the sound issue at Booker High School. Go take a tour and see those practice rooms. It's resolved there. Can we resolve the fight with a little bit of technology? Possibly. If we can't resolve the outdoor amplified music fight with acoustical engineering, my bets are on the people who already have a vested interest in the downtown.
And Ms. Holland, would you care, since I believe you're the only one who wasn't? Would you care?
I agree that we need to look at the sound ordinance and reconsider, but in proper balance with allowing the musicians and the people who enjoy the music and yet the people who live downtown. We have to have a balance of perspective. I think it can be done. I think we're going to keep talking about it.
Thank you. All right, that concludes it. I would like to thank everyone again for coming. I would like to thank our candidates for being very brave. You've done a fine job, and I implore you again to take another look at Tiger Bay.
Some good, some bad.
So they all have some baggage. Yes. She told me you were having a You're not the only one that's having a tough time with it. I know, but then get the wrong many administrators. Yeah. And this is quite about it.
Dinner now.